That's all we got.
Are we starting?
We already did.
I can't see. All right, Minnesota Vikings dropped to 5-7. Hey, shit. Where's my mouse? Okay, after losing to Detroit Lions on a last-second play after allowing their offense to march, 80 yards down the field with not even a minute left on the clock. Very embarrassing finish for the Minnesota Vikings, who clawed back in this thing. Looked like they won it in the end, but again, fall to the Detroit Lions, the winless Detroit Lions, who are now
no, they're not winless anymore.
They're not anymore. They're not anymore.
There you have it. Vikings not only just have had a real up and down gross season, but now we get to put the icing on the cake that we gave the Lions their first win of the season in very gross fashion. There's a lot of ways you can look at this. You can say, oh, the Vikings were beat up. They had their B-team defense out. Not an excuse. Doesn't cut the mustard, as Lupagus says. This is a game they should have won. I don't care if they had their third-string defense out there. They had their third-string running back. It doesn't matter. Should have been won. Disgusting, gross. And yeah, you said we not only did we lose in the last second, we had to claw back, as you said, to even get in this position to beat the Lions. Disgusting. A lot of stuff to talk about.
I'm going to start this to discussing overall first half the Minnesota Vikings had. They go up 6-0. You settling for field goals, not able to put the ball into the end zone. And we're seeing the same old shit that we were seeing before. The Dinkin Duncan, the check down, the screens that aren't going anywhere. Just the same old mistakes are kind of rearing their head. And also in the defense, that second quarter just completely collapsed. Give the Lions 20 points in one quarter. And again, some very, very head-scratching decisions by Mike Zimmer in that second quarter, especially near the end.
Yeah, the play calling was pathetic, is putting it nicely. We came out very, very not safe's not even the right word. I don't know what word you call it. The Dinkin and Duncan against a Lions team. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Nothing in this game made sense. Kirk Cousins in the first part of it didn't look right again. I'll give him some credit. We did come back, and he was looking better. They got Jefferson involved. It was the first half. He had 2 targets. And then all of a sudden, oh, holy shit, we throw him the ball. He's going to blow up. Our offense is going to actually move. It's like, how long does it take to realize this? And we can't ignore the fact that in the comments, we're seeing a ton of bye-bye Zimmers, fire Zimmer. So let's just talk about that right off the bat. Could he actually be gone?
I would be surprised if they did. I mean, what's the point this time of the season? You're late in the year. You still got, 4 or 5 games left. I don't know what would do if you let him go at this point. I don't think the team's going to give up. They're technically still in the thing, so I don't think they're going to fire him. Usually I'd say there's no way in hell he's gonzo. Like you said, I don't see the point. If Zimmer had only been here for a couple of years and just had some, I mean, he's been a very good coach. Whether he got us to the promised land, no, he did not. But I think the Vikings will do him good and let him finish it off. But if all of a sudden he was fired, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be that surprised. Maybe they want to just have Kubiak be the interim coach or Patterson, whoever it may be, just so they can cancel that person out. Well, I mean, someone's got to take the blame for this defensive collapse there at the end. That's squarely on Zimmer. You're not calling any blitzing. Let them just take what they had and move the ball very quickly down the field and get the final touchdown there. So he's responsible for that. He's responsible for the bonehead decision to go for it on 4th down, where you're basically giving the Lions a field goal there at the end of the half. That came back to bite us in the ass. The going for 2s came back to bite us in the ass. This team just absolutely blows when it comes to designing plays for 2-point conversions. That run up the middle with Alexander Madison was just like they weren't even trying. But look at all the points the Vikings left off the board. Those points would have been huge the way this game shook out. So Mike Zimmer definitely making some very, very questionable decisions. So he could be at fault. And I think, fireable is definitely – he's had a fireable season the way he's performed this year.
Trey Branch, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, the owners, Wilfs might just be like – they might be so irritated, so pissed off. They don't care anymore. I mean, we just gave the Lions their first win.
he might be gonzo. I mean, I put it at 25% chance.
Well, and I know it doesn't factor in. I mean, but I think it does when you're looking at it from this perspective. They're going to say that all the injuries. I'm sure they're going to say, "Oh, you know, Zimmer still got these guys fighting hard, whatever, down to your third string." So that may be something from the Wilf side where they maybe let him continue and go.
They're not fighting hard. Who's fighting hard? Blake Lynch.
Blake Lynch was fighting hard today.
That's great. I'm really happy for him. I'm really glad.
So yeah,
hard today.
Again, a disastrous second quarter. Really, what turned this whole thing in, you know, and then not being able to you get that interception late, no points off that again. Something we've seen over and over again this season. Not converting or not even going for the jugular after you make a big game-changing play. You just kind of do your same offense, run it here, and yeah, they were down to just Thielen and Madison was pretty much, and then maybe a little bit of Tyler Conklin today, but those are the targets, and it should have been enough to win. And unfortunately, the Vikings are now. Things are dire. Things are
dreams over.
The team's on the ropes. On the ropes with the pants down.
We're not on the ropes. It's over. We just lost to the winless fucking Lions. It is over. I don't care what they do on Thursday. It is over. Done. We just lost to the Lions.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're. Yeah, I mean the chances of getting in right now, you'd have to have some upset wins over the Packers and the Rams.
Don't want to get in.
And it's crazy. Ed Guy Rocks is right. The end of the half management is just absolutely head scratching. The fact you give them three free points there and not punting it. And speaking of a punter, Jordan Brayer, I thought had a horseshit game today.
Yeah, you'd be nice to him. He's our only good player.
No, he wasn't good today. Kicking it in the end zone, but getting him barely inside the 20, a couple of his punts. So Jordan Berry not having his best game either. So yeah, just a lot of frustrating things to talk about in this game. But we can just keep on going.
Keep on breaking my heart. Yeah, I mean, where do you start? I mean, we're still gonna do our studs and turds. So if you're on, make sure to stick around till the end. We want to hear your studs and turds. Maybe we just do turds this week. I mean, when you lose to the Lions, yeah, Justin Jefferson, fine, he's our stud. He's our stud. That's great. One thing we're not talking about is another weird thing is how much they shuffled up this offensive line. They basically said, screw it. We're just going to have the same players, but we're just going to move them all around. And Ole Udo, Jesus, how many full starts did he have? It was gross.
I mean, I give the guy some credit for playing left tackle, but he sucked just like he did at right guard. Was Rashad Hill was he hurt? I don't know what was up.
No, I just think they realized how bad he is, and they would rather have every offensive line play out of position than have him play left tackle.
Yeah, that was weird. The way they shuffled it was weird. I mean, why don't you put Ezra Cleveland at left tackle and get Wyatt Davis? I don't know. It was just bizarre. And that was definitely something I did not see coming. This is the line shuffle that we did. But it was nice to actually see the Vikings try something different. It's a team that keeps doing the same thing over and over again and sticking with guys if they're playing like shit or not. Shuffle it up was something that was a little refreshing.
Yeah, maybe. Ethan Griffith did bring up a good point. If they were going to fire Zimmer, it would have to be up. I mean, they're not going to fire him on a short week. That would just be putting them in whoever that has to take over in a bad spot, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. So if they lose to Pittsburgh, then it might be game on.
Yeah, because you almost have like a mini bye there. The next game isn't until I think the Monday night game. So definitely some time. They could fire the coach, reshuffle the front office, not the front office, but the coaching staff and figure out who's going to take charge and let him do his thing. So, it would probably be after the Pittsburgh game if they do lose that one.
Vikings lost to the Lions. Dan Chesina finally had a good tackle, though. So, hey, keep those head ups, Vikings fans. Dan Chesina finally showed up on special teams and lays the wood. So you guys can sleep just fine tonight.
He did. Blake Brandel was eligible. I thought maybe we'd see him get his first 2-point conversion. That did not happen because we can't convert 2-point conversions at all. Horrible.
Justin Jefferson, best game as a Viking. I mean, 182 yards, touchdown, 11 receptions on 14 targets. Unfortunately, those 12 of those targets, we had to wait till the second half because we had to take our dick out of our ear.
Well, the best part about Justin Jefferson's game today is the Lions knew what was coming. They just couldn't stop him. I mean, we had no one else to throw to. It was the Justin Jefferson show. He was getting every single target once that second half got rolling, and the Lions could do nothing about it. So it was that's just all damn good Justin Jefferson is.
Justin Jefferson. Man, I hope he doesn't get annoyed with this season, this Vikings team. I hope he's really loving life right now, but I can't see how he is or how he can. We've seen receiver after receiver after receiver for the Vikings over the years just say, screw it, I want out of here. I hope that isn't happening.
Well, and the thing that makes you worry, he comes from LSU, a winning program. This kid's not used to losing games, and in losing games like this, it's got to be especially hard. So, hopefully we don't start hearing any of those rumblings coming out of the Vikings locker room in the next coming weeks. But Ethan Griffith, thank you for the $1.99.
Thank you, sir, and giving our Patreon page a shout out. We appreciate that. One of our favorites.
I did want to talk about a call in the first half where Kirk Cousins got face masked, and then the guy, the ref came on and they said, "Oh, they made it sound like that's a judgment call. When you get face masked, especially a quarterback, that should be a penalty every single time. That is not a judgment call." So to me, that was a little bizarre, kind of a big missed call early in the game that obviously isn't why we lost the game. But I was just like, since when is a face mask a judgment call? That was kind of a BS call to me.
Yeah, it was, but it was also the Lions.
It was. We lost to the Lions.
Micro Mike is probably very happy. Blow your nose 1 bar. Sorry, do I keep sniffing? I'm sorry.
What's on your head? Nuts?
I don't know.
Ball sack?
Oh, I don't see it. Oh, yeah. What the hell is that? That is a ball sack. Thank you, Dirk. That was wonderful. Sack right to the face. Let's see. Dunkin' Donut, get out of here.
All right, so let's talk about a couple things. Alexander Mattison carried the ball 22 times for 90 yards, a touchdown. Pretty much what we expected. Hard running by Alexander Mattison, not many big gainers. But again, did an effective job. The yards were tough. Lions defense did play pretty well, and it wasn't easy sledding for Alexander Mattison. I was kind of, a little confused how they used Kenny and Guangnu. It seemed like slow developing plays, not really getting him in space. Every time he got the ball, it was like this weird delayed kind of a run thing. I thought they kind of used him, poorly, I guess. I don't think they utilized the speed the best way today on the offensive plays he was given.
Yeah, they had a chance to get crazy in Wangu. This was his moment. They could mix things up, screw with the Detroit Lions team that is horse shit, and they didn't. They were a scoop of freezer burnt vanilla ice cream. They didn't do anything. Nothing. It was horrible. Ethan Griffith, who was that in the prediction video, as the elusive Squatch. I'll never tell you who that is.
Never going to tell you.
Thank you, sir. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Falls.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll have to have a line in Kugels. All right. CJ Ham, again, another downfield catch for 19 yards. It's CJ Ham. It's always weird when you see him being the receiver on a play that goes over 15 yards.
Yeah, CJ Ham is our go-to. He is our wide receiver 1 at all times. Let's give a little bit of love. Blake Lynch, wonderful game, 2 sacks, huge sack on that one. Our linebackers were pretty brutal. DJ Wanham had a big sack. I don't know who else.
Yeah. No, there's not. Nick Vigil had 15 total tackles on the day. Bashad Breeland, I thought, played like ass the first half, especially a little bit better in the second half. But man, he was the Bashad Breeland of old early in this game, especially in that disastrous second quarter when we couldn't stop the Lions for anything. Harrison Smith, when this game is going bad, when shit's, you need a player like that to step up, a guy who is, a leader on this defense. And Harrison Smith just didn't do that today. And I was kind of looking for him all game to make some kind of a game-changing play to kind of spark this team. And he was kind of quiet. And it's not the first time he's done that this year. So Harrison Smith, a bit of a stinker of a game, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I mean, everybody was a stinker.
When we get stinkers on this
back, we get Tomlinson back. Were they even out there?
Yeah, Pierce had a great stop. He got real low on that when they went for it on 4th and 1 early in the game. He got his balls are scraping the ground. He got so low. Other than that,
good stuff today.
Oh wow. Yeah, I can't drink today.
You can. You just choose not to.
No, I can't. Physically cannot.
Rough
one.
You know what? You know what would make people feel better? What would make us feel better about this loss? Is hitting up our Patreon page.
It sure would.
There it is.
Boy, would it ever.
Because once the holiday seasons come around, I believe our holiday Christmas cards are supposed to arrive on Monday or Tuesday. And we're going to start sending those out. So you can still sign up right there for our link. Mystery video, shout-outs, giveaways. David Northington, I believe, was our recent hoodie winner.
He was.
So hit that link right there.
Confirmed he is not from England, as we once suspected he may be.
Yeah, let's get 2 new patrons today.
Let's see who else says we're talking about. Xavier Woods didn't think he did much today. Mac Alexander.
No, we did. We lost the Lions. Everybody sucked.
Yeah, he had the chance to intercept it late, and he could not come down with that thing. Breland also had a chance to pick it off. You keep giving bad teams chances, they're eventually going to come back and bite you in the balls, and that is what happened. Could not close this thing out. Just couldn't close it out.
Yeah, this is one of the lower points in my Vikings heart over the last couple of years. I mean, to lose to the Lions, who were on a very fast track to be winless this year. We gave them a win. I mean, someone said it earlier, I think it was Rob E., that we're basically wasting. I mean, there's some very talented players on this team. Why aren't they good? Mm-hmm. I mean, that clearly goes back to the coaching, goes back to the whole coaching staff. So when Zimmer's gone, I see them I don't see anybody sticking around. Patterson?
Yeah, I mean, it depends when he's gone. It is a waste of a year. And you look at all the close losses, you look at all the close games, and a lot of these come down to coaching decisions in the game, why we're even in these spots, why these games are close. You know, deciding when to go for it, deciding when not go for it, deciding when to kick, when not to kick. A lot of those things come down to the coaching, and really that is why the Minnesota Vikings are 5-7 right now. And we are now, coming off that Packers high, and now look where we are 2 weeks later, 5-7, losing to the Niners, and now the lowly Lions. It's a goddamn mess.
Lowly Lions, they're on the up. They're going up now. I think we might be the lowly Vikings at this point. Where all right, let's spin it this way. We got there's still a good chunk of the season left. What are we looking for? I mean, we're not looking at the playoffs. What are we looking at here? What do we want to see? What do we hope to see? Anything?
I guess you look at the young players now. I mean, I want to see more Ngwangu. I want to see hopefully Cam Bynum gets back on the field. I want to see Kenny Willekes some more. Those are the things I'm going to look forward to moving forward here. And I want to beat the Packers again. I mean, that's definitely something you want to shoot for. And take 2 from the Packers would be ideal. Hurt them as much as you can, but
Purple Haze has some advice for you.
I have a hat on. What do you want me to do?
Don't get mad because you're hungover. Playoffs. Nobody's talking about playoffs. Foreskin.
Yeah, I guess that's all we can do. I mean, what else to watch for? What else is there?
I don't know. What they need to do the rest of the season is feed Justin Jefferson the ball as much as possible. I don't care if he's double covered. Throw it his way. Keep that guy happy. Next year, bring in this beautiful offensive-minded coach that will get him very excited. We'll put up a shit ton of points, and that's what you have. I mean, keep the players you want for the future very happy. That's all that matters.
So, I mean, obviously it depends how these next couple of games go, but you expect to see Kirk Cousins under center every single game, or would the team actually move and look at starting Kellen Mond late if it got to that point?
No, it's Kirk Cousins all the way. I mean, Kellen Mond hasn't even been active. His ass ain't can also just get thrown out there.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
No way.
Especially with the coaching staff in flux and who knows who's going to be back. Yeah, but it's the same thing. The press conference can come up pretty soon, and it's the same old bullshit. We didn't make enough plays. It's gonna be the same line of shit we've been fed every single week. So, can't wait to hear that. It'd be nice to get, Zimmer get some honest reaction and really, let loose and say what he wants to. But
yeah, I wish Zimmer would just say, I really stepped on my dick today. I can't believe we lost to the Lions. This was horrible. This was disgusting. And I just want him to go on a rant, but he won't. He'll say that he'll bring up some BS about the injured players. Thought we played a tough game out there today. Lions, blah, 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 whatever. Brutal.
Look at who their kicker is. Riley Patterson, of course.
Riley freaking Patterson.
Gets two against us, just like every kicker does that we used to have.
Riley Patterson showed up, just booting the shit out of those things.
He did. It's really, really, really tight pants. I think his actually legs were just painted gray. I don't think he was even wearing pants.
Yeah, he even walked weird. It looked, they were so tight. He's like almost scampering, I would say. Adam Thielen, when he went down, I thought that was like, I mean, he was clearly in serious pain, and then all of a sudden you just look over and he's fine on the sidelines. It'll be interesting to see what that is. Dalvin
Cook, look again, he's got his hoodie on.
Dalvin Cook, with the way the season's going, especially what happens on Thursday, I mean, they might just shut him down. What's the point of bringing him back for a couple games at the end? But this was definitely a turning point. Not a turning point. It was the end point in the season. Just want to bounce my head off this microphone.
Yeah, it's
Eric Bieniemy start to rebuild. Everybody's throwing in the towel. That's for sure.
I'm past the point this year of getting upset anymore with this team because I'm rubbing my forehead again. Sorry about that. We just seen it. We've seen it so many times this year. Losing games we think we're going to win, or we should be winning, and how we're losing them, and it stings and it hurts and it's painful. And I'm just starting to get numb to it all because the Vikings have beaten the heart and soul out of me. I don't feel anymore.
And so Dirk Diggler says, you know what? It is not over yet.
Well, not officially.
He's not giving it up. Well, yeah.
Not officially.
Maybe we'll beat the Packers. Maybe we'll beat the Packers. We'll sweep the Packers this year. That'll be all right. We'll take that. A lot of Bieniemy comments here. Vikings still draft 20. I wonder what our draft pick is now.
Yeah, 5 and 7. What were we before? Like 14. We're still right in that thick of things there. Probably going to be early. That's not really teens. Yeah, probably early teenish, 13, 14.
All right, we don't have any new patrons yet. $2 a month. That's it. We need 2 of them today. And stick around. We're doing our studs and turds. You guys got to come on.
Hell yeah! I guess Wumbar is very, very thirsty, or maybe he's got to pee. I'm not sure what it is. DB, let him score. How can nobody see this? Let who score? You're right, David North. It wasn't over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor. Yeah, see what else is there to talk. KJ Osborne kind of quiet there until late. They finally started going to him, and again, he does what he does. KJ Osborne is clutch. Makes those catches, that beautiful catch in the end zone. Fantastic job there. Tyler Conklin, again, showing some very reliable mitts. Those aren't reasons we lost this game. Reasons we lost this game. Oh, Vikings plane got delayed.
Good.
Do you want them to come back? Should we all go greet them at the airport for their letting the Lions get their first victory? I think Wumbar's now going full dump mode.
No, I'm right here.
So
Julian Marker saying we're going to win with Adam Thielen. I don't know.
Has Adam Thielen played defense? How many ticks are on the clock when they started that final drive?
There was a decent amount. We were playing prevent, but we were playing like super prevent. We were 50 yards off of everybody. I don't know what you call that defense.
Yeah, and I don't know why you don't rush Jared Goff. I mean, that guy will make a mistake if he's pressured, and we got it to him twice before that. You just let him sit there and have all the time in the world to find an open receiver, and just a baffling series from Minnesota Vikings defense. And what the hell Mike Zimmer was doing there?
He's just done. He had a run. It's over. He's calling it good. Kirk Cousins, we haven't talked much about him. 30 for 40, 340 yards, 2 touchdowns. Stat-wise, looked pretty good. He did miss some tough passes, but he did, again, I mean, he definitely did enough to beat the Lions, that's for sure. This all comes down to the defense. Troy Dye, we finally got to see him. Troy Dye, we haven't seen him much at all this year. And still just as tiny as ever. And still not really doing much of anything.
No, he did have 5 total tackles on the day, but I think he went with the not the arm sleeves, but like those skin pad things. He was rocking those today. Didn't help him look any older. He still looks like he just, I don't know, like he's like a trainer that just got onto the field, snuck out there, and now he's gonna play some football.
It's like Benjamin Button. He looks younger and smaller every time I see him.
Yeah, he really does. He really does. Greg Joseph, perfect on the day. We let him kick those extra points. Maybe we aren't losing this game. But again, hindsight, you can go back and question that all you want. But
well, should we do studs and turds? What else we gotta? I mean, I really don't want to talk about this game really long. When we have to.
I don't really either.
Disgusting. I mean, still no new patrons, but I understand. We lost to the Lions. Nobody.
I feel like we should be giving our viewers money.
You're right. If anybody on here has a Patreon page, we will sign up for it right now. Right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought Dan Campbell had some dumb decisions today, but I still would rather play for him than Mike Zimmer. He did, but a couple times there when he
James Harris said there's $1.50 on the clock when they had it stormed down on us. Well, I mean, way I look at it, at least the nail is pretty much in the coffin. There's no more toying with our emotions. We know what we have here. Pittsburgh coming on Thursday. Is that home? Is that away?
That's home.
So, a couple of battles.
2 against the Bears. And we got the Rams and the Packers. So, and I understand it's all over. What if the Vikings do win the next 2, go back to 7-7, and the NFC is still looking like shit? Are you going to all of a sudden think, okay, here we go?
No.
Start getting healthier. Guys start coming back.
I'm a pretty positive guy when it comes to the Vikings, but we saw the Lions. It's over. I can't do it. I can't. I mean, maybe they go on this. Maybe they sneak in to the playoffs somehow, some way, which I don't think is going to happen. But nobody's going to be excited about that. Pissed.
No, I mean, and here's the thing. And this team, they don't know how to win. They know how to lose. And we've shown that every single game this season. Yes, they've won a couple of those, but they get themselves in these situations. And that's not what playoff teams do. And definitely not what playoff teams that are actually going to challenge and compete for the Super Bowl do. So, yes, there's really no point in this team, this version of the Vikings this year, making it to the playoffs because they just don't know how to win games.
Well, there's a theme to the comments, and that is fire Zimmer and start the rebuild. And it might not be too far off, but let's do it. Let's bring you guys on. Let's do studs and turds of the game. All right. Anybody who wants to hop on the show, let us know. Here you go. Hit that link right there. We'll bring you on. I want the studs and turds. Hey now. Hey now.
Ethan's feeling the purple haze.
Oh boy. Dream is over. Hey now, hey now. Zimmer turd. I can see a lot of Zimmer turds. I don't even know who mine are yet.
I thought we were just doing turds, right?
If somebody wants to say a stud, they can do it. There's the link. Let's see it. We got a couple popping on. All right, here we go. We got Ethan Griffith. There's our boy.
He's in the car.
Dudes?
He's driving. What's going
So
on, buddy?
I'm in the car this time. You know, I had to do it here. Got to take the dog to the park. But, hey, I got to say, my conspiracy theory for this week, Adam Thielen's ankle's actually fine because he was walking on the sideline, no limp, no boot. He wanted to sit out so JJ would get more targets because he saw what type of day Clint Kubiak was having so that JJ doesn't request a trade this offseason. So
Wow,
Adam Thielen's playing chess while we're all playing checkers.
Wow.
Turd is Clint Kubiak.
That's deep.
Yep. Turd's Clint Kubiak. I bet he's the kind of guy that uses like potpourri every time he needs to drop a turd and then has someone wipe his ass for him. You know, he seems like that kind of guy. Daddy's boy. It's Daddy's boy. And then the stud, other than JJ, because he's obviously a stud, probably has to be Dalvin Tomlinson because he was actually relevant today, and normally he's not. So
Wow.
that's all I got.
I like it. Well done, sir.
Ethan
Well
Griffin.
Thanks,
done,
boys.
as
Amazing.
always.
That was amazing. Conspiracy theory. I like that. No, he's definitely onto something there. Or maybe he's just on something.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of both. All right, Jacob T. Jacob, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, everybody's in the car today.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to the gym and try to in a blizzard in Fargo, North Dakota. So lovely day. Better than the Vikings showed up today. It's just I don't like being overly reactionary as a fan, but it's just like it's over. But at the same time, the NFC is so bad this year, and if Washington loses, they're still tied for the seventh spot, which is just it's bad. And I know what you guys were saying earlier. They're gonna jump. They're not gonna fire Zimmer on a short week. If they get blown out by the Steelers, then he might. But I don't know, man. It's tough to watch this. And I know you guys were kind of complaining about going for 2. I actually like being aggressive and going for the points, but at the same time, I can understand why. But it's like on that final drive, you got to do something instead of just letting them get 10 yards every play. And I get it. We're not NFL defensive coordinators, but like. Anyone can see that that's not a good decision. It's so frustrating to watch this team because this team has talent on both sides of the ball. Kirk Cousins, people are going to blame Kirk. It's not his fault. I think he played pretty well today, and I get it. They struggled in the first half. They looked good in the second. But Justin Jefferson's obviously one of the best players in the league. It's just so frustrating to watch this team. This team has so much talent, and the sad part is that this team should be nowhere near a playoff spot. Obviously losing to Detroit, and I'm actually happy for the Lions fans because they deserve to win. Like, their fans are really good. I feel bad for Lions fans, and I'm happy they won today. But on the other hand, you shouldn't lose to Detroit. This team is terrible. But, it's the Vikings. Like, this team's going to age about 15 years off of everyone's life. So I guess I'll do my stud. Stud is Justin Jefferson, obviously. I mean, he basically carried this entire offense. Third time I guess I've been on here, it's going to be Mike Zimmer again, man. Like, it's just I get they're not going to probably fire until the end of the year, or unless if they're like 5-11 going into week 17, then they'll can them. But it's just like it's so frustrating. But at the same time, like knowing the Vikings, they're going to win the next 2 games. We're going to get our hopes up, and then they're going to get fucking their ass kicked by the Rams. Pardon my French, but it's gonna happen. Like it's the Vikings. I'm sorry, I'm going on a rant here, but it's just it happens. This is so frustrating because this team has too much talent, and obviously I don't like tanking, and this team will not tank. This team's gonna probably play hard till the end of the year. Which you know what? I'd rather have a team play hard than just throw in a towel. I just think tanking is terrible for sports. But yeah, I just feel like this season's probably over. So that's pretty much all I have to say. You guys are awesome. I mean, you guys are probably going to be so fucking frustrating, man. I'm sorry. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Have a good one. I'll probably be back again Thursday or Friday. And yeah, thanks. I'll try to.
Go work on some aggression. I'm pretty sure Jacob T. If in the first about 10 seconds into that, I think he hit somebody.
I know.
I think he just absolutely tagged some old lady. But yes, all of his points were valid. We got a very serious Mata Midai looking at us right now with those eyes. Mata Midai, what's up, buddy?
Mata Midai.
It's okay. Vikings just lost to the Lions.
That happens.
They did.
So
Yeah, he finished.
okay, my turd is here's your Christmas present, Lions, Mike Zimmer. And then and then probably Kubiak too. My stud probably has to be, motherfucking Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
And Kirk Cousins, I guess. I don't know. It's just we lost to the fucking Lions. You gotta be kidding me. The Lions,
I knew it was coming.
They're probably weren't gonna win again this season. They're probably not gonna win another game this season. And we lost to them. You gotta
Oh my God, Mata Midai. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. We'll get through this together.
We will. We got each other. You hang in there, Mata Midai.
Mata Midai, as always, good to see your face.
Yes.
All right. Montemita, I was waiting for him to explode the whole time there. I thought he was, and then he did it. He did. He lost his cool.
He did it. We got Blake. Blake, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, guys?
What do you got for us?
My start of the game, I'm just gonna go with. I would go with Jefferson, but I'll go with Joseph. I actually think he has a decent shot of being like our future guy. I don't know. He's missed some big kicks this year, but I mean, he's looked pretty good otherwise. He's like 4th in the league in completion and field goal percentage. So I mean, I can't really complain too much. And then, my turd of the game, I'll go with Zimmer, but like last year, I was one of those guys. I was with him. I was like, he's got a rough team, rough roster to deal with. We'll come back next year twice as strong, and that has not been the case. We've looked terrible. That drive at the end of the game, we played prevent every single play. We handed it to them. I mean, any team in the NFL is going to score when you do that for an entire drive. And the one time he doesn't blitz, of course, is with the game on the line.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well done, Blake.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're right, Blake. Absolutely right.
You, man.
Yeah, it's I think it was it Ethan or the other guy who brought it up, but it wasn't like the Lions were, hitting these big gainers, pushing the ball down the field all game. They weren't, and you play the prevent. This is what happens. You don't win.
You'd be nice to my singing, but it's true.
I think he actually wrote signing there. So
signing. I'm signing a contract.
Your
Julian
signing's been
Marker,
horrible.
keep your head up. We got Raymond Fry, who appears to have one of the best beards I've ever seen in my life.
Raymond, what's going on?
Good beard.
Look at that thing.
Hey, I'm ready for Zimmer to be gone. Before I get there, my stud of the game, I'm going to go with something controversial. I think Kirk Cousins. He had a bad first half, and then in the second half, he said, all right, and then got the touchdown. He did his job at the end of the game. He's like, hey. And then Mike Zimmer, is the turd. He's a moron of the week or of the year. I served, 8 years in the military, and I am flabbergasted at the lack of leadership this team has. See, people keep saying like quarterbacks are everything they make your team win. No, your coaching staff, those are the guys who lead. I've watched NCOs take young privates who are just crap bags, I won't say the other word, and turn them into all-star soldiers. So if you have a good coach, you could take all your crap players and level them up. And all your good players get better, and your stars become superstars, right? But what we're seeing, I think, this year is that Zimmer's just an idiot, and he's not a good coach. I don't know what happened. He was a good coach at one point in time, but all the backups of defense especially aren't like when you watch that last part of the game, Cam Dantzler was giving cushion into the end zone. Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
So, like, all your backups on defense just aren't playing well. And then your backup was an offensive line. You haven't been able to figure out an offensive line since you've been here. So I'm ready for Zimmer to be gone. I'm hoping that we can get an offensive mind and guru coach in to figure out what we have in Kirk Cousins. Either he's the guy or not, right? We need to figure that out. And then if he's not the guy, we need an offensive minded coach to get us a quarterback, because we haven't really had. When's the last franchise quarterback this team's really had? Let's be honest. Fran Tarkenton. I mean, seriously, because the Green Bay Packers have been kicking our butt on this, right? They've had two Hall of Fame quarterbacks in the past since the 90s, right? They had Brett Favre, and then now they have Aaron Rodgers. And my deepest fear is somehow Jordan Love's going to be next Hall of Fame quarterback, which would really suck for us. But that's the Packers, right? So, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Raymond, we feel you, man. We feel you. Everything you said, spot on, buddy. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for hopping on.
Raymond. Sitting there in the dark, he's not afraid.
Yeah, Raymond, he ain't scared. Yeah, everybody was spot on tonight. Everybody's frustrations. A lot of Zimmer, unlove. Clint Kubiak. You got your stud? Are we doing a stud or not? We're just doing turds.
I guess we end with stud just to try to have some kind of positivity at the end of this thing.
I don't know. All right, we're starting off with our turd then. I'll let you go with your turd first.
Oh man, there's a lot to choose from. I don't know if I even really picked one, to be honest with you.
All right, I'll go first. It's Cam Dantzler. Appreciate the interception, but Raymond pretty much said it. He's playing pretty much in the back of the end zone. I don't know what goes through somebody's mind to actually do that. Turd could have really been anybody. I'm just picking Dantzler because it was the end of the game. It was the last little bite I had, and it's really going to stick in my brain. But it's Cam Dantzler. Sorry. Lepagus is frozen. Either me or Lepagus is froze. I don't know which one. Is it me? Somebody let me know who's frozen. Needle neck. Yes. Needle neck. Maybe I am frozen. Fire Zimmer now. More fires. Another needle neck Dantzler. Oh, that's the same one. Lepagus is frozen. Lepagus, come on. This is 2 weeks in a row. See, that's why you got to join the Patreon page so Lepagus can upgrade his internet. He'll be back on. He's coming back. So, yeah, I mean, Cam Dantzler's my turd. Like I said, it easily could have been the coach. It easily could have been Clint Kubiak, Zimmer. But come on, Dantzler. Let's do this. Chad Myers. Yeah, Lepagus is the turd. He might be. That's 2 weeks in a row. He's coming back. There he is. Yeah, it's 2 weeks in a row, man.
Hey, it's a blizzard out here right now.
Yeah, I know. It's outside my house too.
Oh, weird.
So yeah, I went Dantzler. Who's your turd?
I went with Zimmer. I went with Mike Zimmer. To me, every issue with this game came down to the head coach leaving points off the board because of his decisions, giving the other team some points because of his decisions, and a horrible horse shit defensive scheme called in that last drive that cost you the win. Mike Zimmer is the reason this team is 5-7 and that we're not 7-5 or better. It's because of his decisions, and this game again came down. This L to the Lions came down to him.
All right, for studs, let's take Justin Jefferson out of the picture. That's just too easy. He doesn't count. So who's your stud?
My stud is Blake motherfucking Lynch. Blake Lynch.
I should have went first.
Nah, too late. I did it. I took him. I mean, 9 tackles, 2 sacks, tackle for a loss. Blake Lynch was all over the place, flying in there, making plays. Someone had to make some plays on his defense, and it was Blake Lynch, a guy who came out of nowhere to be arguably the best defensive player on this team right now.
Like right now?
Like right now, the second.
Well, that was going to be my stud, and I don't want to do the same stud. Man, that's a tough one. Shit, really screwed me here.
Yeah,
because there's not a ton. No Justin Jefferson. I don't want to. Kirk Cousins, I think, did have a good game, better than he probably doesn't get credit for. I'm gonna go with Dan Chesina just because he finally got a fucking tackle on special teams.
Wow.
Usually he's back there. He runs up. He's the first guy there. He just happens to run by him. This time he actually stuck his tackle. So not only did we lose to the Lions, the winless Lions, but also my stud is Dan Chesina. So there is trouble in paradise.
Yeah, not a great combination of things. Losing to the Lions and Dan Chesina being a stud. Dan Chesina, who was actually, I think, out there for some offensive snaps today, because that is how thinned out.
Serious?
Pretty sure he was out there when we went so wide.
A couple quick notes on studs is I think KJ Osborne, fantastic game. I thought he played very well. That touchdown catch was great. Every time they throw him the ball, good things seem to happen. In Wango, even though he really didn't do much, it was great to see him actually get out there. He had a couple catches. I know he had a couple carries. And even Alexander Madison, it was kind of not fantastic to watch, but he was still continuing to get those tough yards where I think he was averaging about 4.5 yards a carry.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some bright spots on the team today, but overall, this is nothing but a big, lingering, festering turd of a game, end of a day for the Minnesota Vikings and all their fans. So we lost to the Lions, the only team who have done that this year, and I think probably the majority of last year as well. We lost to the Detroit Lions and the year before.
John, I'm going to guess Zimmer has a lot of hairs on his balls, just a guess.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think those things have ever seen a razor.
Oh, well.
Maybe, though. Well. Maybe he surprised us. Maybe he will surprise us.
There you have it. Vikings lose to the Lions. Everybody seems to be kind of on the same page where they're kind of done with this season. Couple of positive pollies in the comments, still hoping things turn out. But another couple of weeks like this channel is gonna be talking a lot about the draft, a lot about the future. So buckle up.
Absolutely. That's the only thing that we can talk about that gives us any hope at this point. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Whatever happens Thursday is going to go long in determining how the rest of this year shakes out for what we talk about here. So until that happens, guys, remember this. This is actually a great fact for Christmas. Reindeer comes from the Norse word hernin, which means deer. So technically they're called deer.
Dear.